Hey everybody, Waifu Belector here, the only fair human on Earth. I've been busy playing the Fatal Fury open beta, getting a feel for that, seeing what's what. But right now, we've gotta talk about 2XKO because we got a new dev talk the day before yesterday and a whole bunch of new information. A lot of it is exciting. There are a bunch of gameplay changes, as well as our first look at no-brainer additions like the shop full of skins and stuff. And also we learned we're getting the second Alpha Lab on April 18th and it'll be available until April 20th. So hopefully I get into this one as well, but we'll see. I really want to try out Jinx for myself. But anyway, all of that's not really what I want to talk about, because along with all this new info, we also got some troublesome news regarding the roster. So I'm not here to doomsay or try and bring your hopes down, because I'm still very excited for the game myself, but I just want to acknowledge the realities of this news not being great. So let's get into it, and of course, if you end up enjoying, remember to like and consider subscribing. Thanks in advance. Now, as I said, this news is roster news, and we all know how important a roster is for a fighting game. The characters that comprise it, the size of it, everything. Well, here in 2XKO, it was revealed to us that the game is going to launch with only 10 characters. Yeah, you didn't mishear me. Only 10 characters. And when the developer says it, he even is like, I know that might sound like a small number. And I'm like, yeah, it does, because that's a small ass roster number. And I gotta be honest, listen, I've had several videos where I spoke about the days of the 15, 16 character roster that went on well past the 90s and early 2000s where it should have stayed, and games kept giving us the bare minimum 15 character rosters until the FGC finally sort of effectively communicated that that's not enough. I mean, Street Fighter V was one of those games. I think it had 16 characters at launch, and we all know what happened to Street Fighter V. That game was panned into the fucking dirt for its lack of content and roster problems, as it should have been. And like I said, it had 16 characters. So let me tell you, I expected 2XKO to go bare minimum, but that's because 2XKO had a unique circumstance of being a free-to-play game, and we will get back to that fact. So yes, I expected a bare minimum roster, although I knew they couldn't do 15 because it's a 2v2 game, but I still thought they wouldn't go up one to be even. They'd instead likely go down one. So in my most accurate prediction of all the possibilities, the one I believed in the most was 2XKO launching with 14 characters. If I had to put money down and bet beforehand, I would have bet on 14. A small step down from even the 15, 16. But I still had hope that we might even get a more modern sized roster, 20 characters, maybe 18 possibly. I always knew it'd be a little bit less than other games because of 2XKO structuring, but I really never saw this coming. 10? 10 characters? Fuck, that is really not a lot. And it kind of has me worried that a lot of people are gonna hop on, look at the roster and go, that's it? Am I missing something? Is there some kind of old school unlockable character thing happening here? And no, that's it. 10 characters. Also, I'm worried about myself and other players who will be into the game when it comes out just getting bored because the roster's too small, and you might be able to just see it all and get used to it all too fast. This is something to worry about. But like I said, the game is free to play, so I think everyone kinda expected less at launch. But this is a lot less, and I'm not sure if the gaming public's understanding extends that far, where they'll be understanding about or okay with such a drastically small roster. Now obviously this is a live service game, so the plan is for more and more characters to start rolling in and continue to roll in, and that always sounds good, but you never really know until you see what the pace is like, you know? And when your roster is this small, dude, they've got to get the ball rolling quickly, because honestly, the roster is gonna look a little pitiful visually, and you're gonna see all the characters and what they can do kind of fast, especially if you were in these alpha labs where 60 and 70% of the roster are available. But maybe Riot does have a plan. Maybe their content schedule is going to be fast enough for all this not to matter. I mean, I would love that, because frequency of content is always make or break for live service games, but even more so when you show up without a lot of meat to begin with, you know? Still though, I don't think the 10 character roster is enough to just flat out cause the game to fail or anything. I don't think it's quite that bad, but it certainly isn't going to make it easier to succeed. And the devs were saying that basically they want to get the game out to us faster, so they didn't want to hold it until they had a more sizable roster, because they'd rather get it in our hands earlier so that they could start receiving more feedback quicker and iterating on the game more effectively. And yeah, I mean, I get that, but it can harm the feedback you receive if everyone is just going, there aren't enough characters, not enough characters, not enough characters. What do you say then if that's everybody's main problem on top of the other problems? Because then the main thing that you're trying to clean up is something you did yourself, you know? It's something that was easily avoidable by just being more patient and waiting. Listen, I really want to play 2XKO. I can't wait until it's out. I still can't wait to see who the last 3 launch roster characters are. But if it were up to me, I would rather the game be delayed until we can get like 4 more characters at launch, because 14 is measly in the eyes of other fighting games, but what we're getting is 10. So, you know, and I get that it's free to play and live service. I get that. That's the only reason I don't think this roster size is gonna leave them dead on arrival, because everyone knows more is coming. But we can still only guess at the content schedule, so there's no telling if it's gonna be too slow or not. And even for a free to play fighting game, a 10 character roster is measly. That seems more suited for a $10 early access fighting game on Steam that hides all its shortcomings behind not technically being out, even though they can accept your money still. That's the kind of fighting game I'd expect to have a 10 character roster, but you know, we'll see. I just hope the game is good. I hope it remains fun for as long as it needs to, and I hope we get more characters in a timely manner post-launch, you know? If they're really hell-bent on launching with just 10 characters, I hope it's the kind of thing where there's at least an 11th right around the corner that they're just holding to be the first drop, you know? I don't know, maybe that'll drum up some needed excitement a month or 2 into the game. But anyway, like I said, 10 characters, and we only know 7 currently, so we've got 3 more to be announced. I hope there's some good picks. I feel like Riven is one of them. That's gonna be my official guess. I'm also on record as saying I think Poppy would be perfect for 2XKO. Truly, there are a lot of characters I'd be happy with, honestly. But if they had Riven and Poppy at launch, then they've got me, no matter what the roster size. But who are we kidding? It's gonna be Vi, Aatrox, and I don't know, Blitzcrank or some shit. I guess we'll see in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just thought I should talk about this kinda shocking development. You guys let me know what you think of this. Does 10 characters seem like not enough? Is it fine? Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe you don't care only because your fave champ is already in the game or something. Tell me if you believe in their future pace of content post-launch, or if you're worried about it like I am. All that stuff, drop your comments. And also, who do you hope the final 3 characters are? Your dream additions. Anyway though, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a like, and why not even subscribe to the channel for more of the only fair gaming talk on YouTube. No matter what you do though, that's all for now. So until next time, I am WaifuBelector. I am just a normal guy. I like hentai, and I want more characters in 2XKO. Goodbye.